Welcome to Totally Mackinac Island podcast. Learn all you need to know about this quaint island located on the crystal blue waters of Lake Huron. Find out all you need to know from a tourist for the tourist. Hello and welcome to Totally Mackinac Island podcast. I am your host, Heather. I'm very excited for this week's interview. If you guys have not seen or heard anything about this gal or this company, beyond excited to share this with you. This is Kate Conlan, who is joining us from the Mackinac Island Cookie Company. She was gracious enough to join us, even though they're getting ready to embark on a very full season ahead of them, the second full season of them on the island. So I am excited for you guys to learn all that you can about her, as much as I was excited to learn about it. So without further ado, let's have Kate take it away.
All right, everyone. Welcome to Totally Mackinac Island podcast. And today we have on with us Kate Conlan, who is one of the owners of the Mackinac Island Cookie Company. Thank you for coming on here today, Kate. I know you're very busy.
No, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Okay. So if you guys don't know who she is, this is going to introduce you to so many ways, and I'm so excited to share with you everything. So as one thing that I always like to do, I always like to ask the guest, what is your Mackinac Island origin story?
That's a long story.
That is okay.
So I grew up in Hessel, Michigan, which is in Mackinac County. It is,
Okay.
Look at a map. St. Ignace is here. The island is here. The Lake Chanot Islands are here. So we are just northeast of St. Ignace along the lake shore. So it's a group of 36 islands that surround the mainland. And I grew up, my parents own a marina there. It is the first Chris Craft dealership in the nation. It's a 101-year-old marina that specializes in wooden boat restoration and refurbishment. A lot of the daily drivers in that area are the original wooden boats that were sold 100 years ago there. So we, being that my parents own and operate a marina, we're not able to go places in the summer that are too far away. So we would take a boat from Hessel. It's like about a half of an hour boat ride to Mackinac Island growing up. And that was our vacation. We'd go stay at Grand Hotel for a long weekend. And that way, if my parents had to get back for something at the marina, they could one of them would hop on a boat and head back to Hessel, and then, vacation wouldn't be interrupted. So this is where I grew up vacationing. And when I was in fifth grade, I told my grandmother that I was going to live on Mackinac Island and be a third grade teacher.
I love it.
I mean, I think Mackinac is one of those places that if you love it, you step foot off the boat and you're just like, oh my God, I love it here. And I've always felt that way about the island. Yeah. So I was living in East Lansing when I was a sophomore in college, and growing up on the water, trying to be landlocked for a summer, I was like, I thought I could do it. And it was awful. Yeah. I think it was I don't even know that it was June yet. So Marley Brown, who's Dan Musser's wife, the previous owners of Grand Hotel, she walked into the showroom at my parents' marina and said, how's Kate liking East Lansing? My dad's like, well, not for her in the summer. And at that time, she was looking for someone to sell paintings in her art gallery at Grand Hotel. And my dad told me that an hour after she'd left the showroom, and I called her and I said, I will be up there tomorrow. I hope you have housing for me. And she's like, are you kidding me? And it was like, I am packing my car right now. So I packed my car and I went and worked that summer at Grand Hotel and sold her paintings, and the next summer. And then I finished up my degree and moved home. I started working for the family business, doing some marketing. And at a fundraiser for the culinary school that's in Hessel, I met the then vice president of Mission Point, and he ended up offering me a job. So in about 2016, I was here full time working at Mission Point. And then in the fall of 2016, when the winter boat happened, so I was going back to Hessel. So whenever I would go back to Hessel to my parents, I would take the St. Ignace boat. Right. And when, if anybody's going to the Lower Peninsula, you take the Mackinac City boat. Well, in the winter, there's only one boat and it goes to St. Ignace. And that's how I met my husband, is that when he would leave the island, he would go to his parents' house in Harbor Springs. So we never crossed paths on the boat. We were taking we were going to opposite peninsulas. And so in November of 2016, I was introduced to my now husband by one of our coworkers at Grand Hotel, my previous coworker at Grand Hotel. And that's how I met him. So we got married in 2019. And then 2020, after Grand Hotel sold, we left the island, we resigned and moved to Harbor Springs. And then 4 years to the day later, we moved back. Patrick got a job offer, and
Wow.
he's the general manager at the Inn at Stonecliff.
Yes.
We looked at each other, and I don't even think there was, we were like, okay. We just
Yeah.
started laughing. We love it here so much. So that's my really long-winded story of Mackinac.
I love it. Well, I was fortunate enough to meet your husband.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
He
he had
said,
come on here
yeah,
and I got to see one of the guest houses there at the Inn at Stonecliff
aren't
because
they
we've been,
unbelievable?
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
they are. They're gorgeous. The
We
decorating, everything.
when we did our tour,
Uh-huh.
so this is how my cookies got into Stonecliff because the previous GM, so I knew it was so we toured it with the first GM that they hired, and my husband was assistant general manager. And when we came over here, I had just had a baby and I was like, I'm going to be starving and there's
Uh-huh.
nothing open for food. The Mustang was open, but we were coming all the way up to Stonecliff. So I packed 2 huge bags of the cookies and that's what we all ate for the day. And that's how the cookies ended up at Stonecliff because everyone was like, these are incredible. These are incredible.
Yes.
And that's how that happened. But when we came here to tour it, I just remember because we've been through different renovations of different hotels, both of us on the island. We both went through Stonecliff and we were like, this is crazy. Every corner was done, every little bit. Like I was opening closets to see if there was a trim piece that got missed. There wasn't. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
They did a fantastic job on that.
Yeah.
I had never gone in there before they did the renovations, but Mackenzie was nice enough to send some pictures of everything beforehand. And you were right. Like they redid and so
Yeah.
gorgeous. I don't feel like it lost the authenticity as well either. If anything, I feel like it hyped it up a little bit more in a different way.
I think people get really married to the originality of things
Mhm.
and rightfully so.
Of course.
There's some stuff you have to do. Some rooms you couldn't even see. It was very dark. But
Yeah.
it's a little different, but I think they did it very tastefully.
Oh,
Very tastefully done.
I can say because I've come up and stayed on the island. First time was back in 1999, and I've tried to come almost every year here and there. And that place, staying there, was such a magical, because Mackinac is already magical, but being up there at
Oh, yeah.
Stonecliff is a whole other magical
It's a
experience.
different part. It's a different island
It's
when
a
you get out
different
there.
part.
It's like a
Absolutely.
whole, I mean, you don't think that on an island this small, there's an opportunity to have such different experiences and
Mhm.
spaces, but it's a different island out here
And I'm
for
not
sure.
gonna lie, their French fries with their garlic aioli sauce, like I'd leave right now to go up there and get it because that
My sister, we're like, we love the wood-fired
yes,
pizza and we
yes.
love, but they had it when my brother-in-law and my sister and my niece stayed there. And Winnie, my niece, got hungry one night. And my sister called me. It was like 10 o'clock at night. And she's like, no, the chicken tenders. She's like, I'm sorry. Everything
Yeah.
else, it's the chicken tenders for me. I was like, I mean,
Are they
there's nothing like a good chicken tender. So,
no, now are they as good as Mary's? Because Mary's Draft House has got those
um,
chicken
I would say they're just, I mean, it's just a very classic fried, like
fried, good old chicken
crunchy
tenner.
chunk of white meat. It's good. It's really good.
Yeah. Well, their pizza's so good. Everything's good there. It's just it's
Yeah.
wonderful. It's wonderful. And it was so great. And I just recently got into baking. So I love seeing all your cookies and everything. So I was so excited to like I could take you off on a tangent about baking, but I'll save that for another time. But that leads us into the next question. How did the Mackinac Island Cookie Company come to be?
So my mom has been, these are my mom's cookie recipes. This is what we grew up eating.
Oh
There
my
would be
gosh.
teachers fist fighting over them at bake sales when we were growing up.
I bet.
I mean, those were just you have these family recipes, and we were like, these are just our mom's cookies. But as we got older, we realized how amazing they were. And my parents owning the first Chris Craft dealership and having such a historic landmark in the family business, people were always traveling there to see, they wanted to see projects. They were like, is it a museum? What can we do here to experience it? And we have this really large showroom in Hessel. So 15, well, 11 years ago, we put in coffee and ice cream and fudge into my parents' showroom so that people would have a place to congregate and like hang out and experience the marina because we're not a museum and we don't
Yeah.
really do tours.
Yeah,
And
right,
so we
right.
thought this was a good way. Hassel's very small. And we always talked about if we were going to open another brick and mortar, we'd wanted it to be on Mackinac Island. And we just didn't know it's sort of a hard thing to plan or try to get into if you're not living on the island. And so we moved back, and 1 year later, my husband, one of our very dear friends, is the CEO of Arnold Transit, and they have this very small store on the front of the building
Mhm.
that the Butterfly House was kind of using, but they didn't know if they were going to continue the lease. And so my husband and Veronica cooked this up, and which I'm so glad that they did. So it's been a perfect fit because actually, historically, so when Arnold Transit was sold into the Brown family, it came with a number of parcels of land, and a lot of those were located over in the Leishno Islands. And so the Brown family, the
Oh.
previous owners of Arnold Transit, I've grown up knowing a ton of them.
Hmm.
Um, and the Mackinac Islander, which is an old, it was one of the classic Arnold Transit boat, like steam boat. It was, it
Right,
was a
right.
bit
Yes.
ago, but it would service Mackinac Island and the Leishno Islands. So we have this connection to Arnold Transit. So we feel very at home right there on the dock, and it's been a perfect fit. We put our little kitchen in, and then we have a retail space. I think it's actually the smallest store on the
Is it
island
really?
that you can walk in. Yeah, I'm pretty confident it's pretty small. We're very lucky to have the space that we have, but it's pretty
Yes.
tiny. But that was all sort of fell into line with what we had always hoped for. So it's been a dream.
Well, I love it. And because when we went last year, I went with my girlfriends for my bachelorette party up there in May. And I think you guys had open, but we never made it in there
We
at
had
that
just
time.
opened. So we
You
had
had,
the ice storm that happened.
yes.
Yeah, we had the ice storm, and on the island you share only so many contractors, plumbers, electricians, things like that. And if that, it set everybody back because they
Yeah.
had projects they were wrapping up, and everything kind of got put on hold, or stuff had to be redone because of the storm. And so we were next on the list, but the list moved back. So we had an opening date in mind, and it got shoved back by, it probably put everybody back about a month, but we opened and
Okay.
it was great. So
Good, good. I know I was excited to see it there because I didn't realize that you guys were opening it there because it was funny taking the time off that I did. I was so focused on the wedding, I kind of got out of the loop of seeing what was going on. So it just made me happy to see that you guys had that
oh,
location right there.
we love
Yes, it's a great spot.
it.
It really
Oh,
is.
I love it. People, I don't think they realize it's back there. And with Arnold having been, they took half a season off when it was in transition. So we got to remind people that we're down there because they just redid the entire interior of the Arnold Transit too. And it's the best. You get a cookie and a cup of coffee, or we do espresso also. And you walk out and it's the view of the whole, like downtown, the
Downtown.
marina, St. Anne's. So it's an unbelievable. We've got a great view from the dock. Like
Yeah, so
crazy.
explain to them if they're not familiar, because some people might take Sheplers, so they
Yep.
might not be as familiar where this is located. Can you explain to the listener where this is at?
So the Arnold dock it's a pier that goes out into the marina, and it's set back from Main Street. Technically, it's a Main Street address, but it's set back from Main Street. So if you know where the Tourism Bureau is and carriage tours, you go toward the water across the street from them and down behind the bike rental that sits on the road. And we're right down there on the east side of the front of the building. And you'll
Uh-huh.
see our cookie sign that's hanging out. It's a corner that's not a corner. It's
Okay.
like the building's rectangular, but they shaved one corner off, and that's our store.
So because you're on that corner, and then there used to be, do they still have like a retail space for the Arnold ferry? Like
Inside.
inside they
Yep.
do?
So there's
Yes.
three doors. We're the middle door, and then the other
Mhm.
two doors are lobby doors. And inside
Okay.
you have logo wear in there, and that's their ticket office too. And yep,
Oh
they
my
just redid
gosh.
that whole space. They redid the flooring. They redid the counter. It's all completely redone. It looks beautiful.
Well, I had gone in there, we had gone in there, and I decided to grab a blanket from there when it was the Mackinac Island Ferry Company. So I
Oh
have
yeah,
the
you
Mackinac
have
Island
the
because I was like, I'm gonna hang on to this
yeah.
but I remember when it used to be Arnold, when you used to have the three different ferries, and that
Hmm.
used to be Arnold. And so
Yep,
I remember that.
it's
So
Arnold again.
it makes me happy that it's Arnold again
Yeah,
because
that's what
I
I always used to take. I
that's what
would,
I always
yeah.
took. I always took Arnold. Nothing against the, but I've always taken Arnold. I don't know
Same.
why. I just That's what my friend had us start taking when she got married up there, and that's just always what I've gravitated towards. So
That's what we always took. If we weren't
yeah,
taking a boat from Hustle, we were taking Arnold from St. Ignace.
exactly. Well, and from St. Ignace too, and that's the only one that runs during the winter months too. So for
Yep.
Arnold, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought. So this is the big question. What types of cookies do you offer at the storefront?
Well, we are going to have some new ones this summer. So
Okay.
our classic original is the oatmeal chocolate chip sea salt, and that is the one that's my mom's original recipe. The only one
So
that's
good.
older than that is the peanut butter, and that is my great grandmother Hazel, who my daughter's named after. That's her recipe.
Oh, I love that.
I know it's the best name.
Yes.
We have a breakfast cookie, which is peanut butter, chocolate chips, oatmeal, flaxseed, coconut flakes, dried cranberries, and walnuts. And that one's always gluten free and
Mhm.
it is delicious. We have just a classic oatmeal raisin, which is the most contentious cookie I've found. Either people love an oatmeal raisin or it makes them super mad. It's really
I,
funny.
you know what? I've seen that meme and it said oh, how did they put it? Something about like when did your life, like, when did it start going in the wrong direction? And when you went to eat an oatmeal raisin thinking it was oatmeal chocolate chip. And I'm like, I have never felt a meme more in my life because I'm not a raisin person. So,
I love oatmeal raisin, and every year on my birthday, I'm gluten free. So every year on my birthday, my mom makes me gluten free oatmeal raisin cookies because they're just my favorite. And I've
yes.
been trying to convince them to do a permanent gluten free version, but I haven't quite gotten there yet. So
Oh,
I love an oatmeal raisin. We have our birthday cookie, which is
ooh.
it's huge. So all of our cookies are half pound,
Oh my,
and that's just the cookie. So this is a half pound cookie with homemade buttercream frosting on it and a cookie crumble on top.
wow.
It- people come in and put candles in it as a birthday. I mean, it's like a pound of cookie. It's
Wow. The
and then
fact that you do homemade buttercream on that
ugh,
that truly is the icing on the cook. That is chef's kiss to that. That's amazing.
we
Love that you
have
do that.
tried other because it is,
Yes.
it does not taste the
Not as
same.
good.
And my
Not as
mom hit
good.
a wall. She hit a wall a couple summers ago and she's like, okay, we're just getting some from Gordon's to try it. And she opened the lid and she looked at it and she went, well, that's not gonna work.
Nope.
So we don't even mess around with it anymore. We
Nope.
love the buttercream and we just believe in making all this stuff homemade. So
Yes.
that
Good
is
for
what we
you.
do. And we do snickerdoodles. We do a
Mhm.
plain sugar cookie. We recently just added what's called a Mackinac Monster.
Uh-huh.
And that has like pretzels and M&Ms and M's and things in it. We do a triple chocolate chunk, and then we also have a cherry chocolate chunk, and we
Wow.
do a gluten-free chocolate chip. Um, yeah, and a Dutch chocolate chunk. The Dutch chocolate chunk is probably our most popular, but I will say it like the way that the cookie bakes down, it ends up being that's the one they see everybody holding in front of their heads, and it's like bigger than their
It's
head.
massive.
It's
Yeah.
huge, and that's sort of an ode to both sides of my family
Ah,
are originally from the Netherlands, so they immigrated in the 1800s. But my mom and dad's side, so that was our little nod to our heritage was with the imported Dutch chocolate chunks.
I love that so much. These all just sound incredible.
They're amazing. We
Yeah,
believe
they
in
are.
butter. We believe in butter and salt. So I will say our cookies aren't like overly sweet. It's definitely a baked good and it's
Yeah.
sweet, but it's a very good balance.
I was totally thinking that because I thought, do you know how much butter you go through?
I want to say it's between 80 and 90 pounds per batch of dough.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
It's a
God.
lot.
It would be a lot. I
We
mean,
have an 80 quart mixer and we just assembled a new kitchen in Hessel and my dad sent a picture and it's of them with a forklift and a strap around the 80 quart mixer because you can't move it. It has its
yeah.
own like, lift system. So they
Oh
had to
my
move it with
gosh.
heavy equipment to move the mixer.
Is that a
Yeah.
game changer though? Has that been a game changer?
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, once we realized that we were going to need to scale up, we looked at all of our, tiny KitchenAids and our one medium-sized Hobart mixer, and we were like,
Yeah.
it's time for the big leagues. So
Yes.
big leagues.
Yes. I know, especially with that much butter. It's something, there's something to be said about that.
It's
And
not.
I think what's great too is where you're located at. I've seen that you've posted about this, that you do something for the horses down there by the ferry, and what do they know you for?
I keep carrots in the refrigerator down there. And so if we're super slammed and I can't run out, I feel so guilty.
Yes.
But everybody in the store who works with us knows where the carrots are and knows where to grab them from. And anytime there's a taxi or a dray out there, we run out and give the horses carrots. And it's turned into now like if I'm not in the store, so my sister and I will trade off. Someone has all the kids and someone's in the store, and I was on a run with all the kids. I was down sort of by the gatehouse, and I'm
Okay.
saying something to my daughter in the stroller, and the carriage ahead of me, the horse was like, and they were my, regulars down at the store. It's so funny. So they do not forget treats. They're just big dogs.
So the horses that go down there are those what carriages go down there by the water? I wasn't even sure. Is it
The taxi
the
service and
taxi
and the,
service
and
does?
the service company. So they've
Okay.
got, Grand Hotel has a dedicated dray to move their luggage from the boat companies. So they go and
That's
they pick it
right.
all up and then they bring it. So we have drays down there that move luggage, and then we have taxis picking people up. And
Okay, I didn't even think about the taxis. That's silly, but I love that they know you and that they know your voice. They're smart little. When it comes to food, it's like dogs. They know what they
I
want.
know. I grew up riding horses. My grandmother raised national show horses, so I started showing when I was 4, and so it warms my little heart.
I bet it does.
I'm the
So
treat lady.
I know, and it makes you happy that they know you.
Oh, it's
I
so fun.
I don't blame
Yeah.
you. I love it. So, what is your biggest selling cookie?
The Dutch chocolate
The
chunk.
Dutch chocolate one.
And the birthday cookie, I will say, like we sell out of birthday cookies as fast as we can make them. People,
Yeah.
and they just look like, I mean, it just looks like a cake. So those are probably our two best ones. Although I always recommend our breakfast cookie. I think
Yes.
gluten-free gets a bad rap. And I
Yeah.
understand it because they tend to be like a drier, like
Yeah.
cakey. It's not, gluten-free stuff can be not a fun texture, but our gluten-free cookies truly taste not gluten-free. And
Yeah.
our breakfast cookie is so good. That's my favorite. So
Well, it sounds so good and it sounds filling and it sounds
delicious. Oh yeah.
healthy. Like it's got all the stuff in there.
It's oatmeal. You could say it's a health food. I don't know if
Listen,
I go for healthy, but it's
it's
healthy.
got oats, so therefore in my
Yeah.
head it equals healthy.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
healthy adjacent.
there we
And it's
go.
delicious.
Yeah, I have no doubt. Yeah, I had the oatmeal cookie.
Oatmeal chocolate chip. That's
Yeah, oatmeal
fantastic.
chocolate
Yep.
chip. God, that was good.
And
My
we still
grandma
do
used,
for Stonecliff. The
yes, my
yeah.
grandma used to make, we called them cowboy cookies, and they were like the
Okay.
oatmeal chocolate chip.
Yep. That's
And
sort of the breakfast cookie, I think, is a
okay,
cowboy cookie that's sort of the same. But
yes, so good. I love those
yeah,
kinds of cookies. They're just delicious. But I love the size because they're great to keep for like if you put them in your purse and you can just snack on them
my
throughout the
best friend does
entire.
that. She's always sending me pictures because her mom will send her cookies from us. And she's always like, she's just in various locations with a big old half-eaten cookie in her.
Yeah, I would
So
be doing
it's a
that too.
perfect
It's
first snack.
perfect.
Yeah.
Like if you just want a little sweet snack and have something with you, why not?
Yeah.
So, do you know how many cookies you might make a day or weekly?
I think we're somewhere around 200 cookies a day just in our Mackinac Island store.
Wow.
So I'm not sure what the stat, they're a little bit lower in hustle, and we just launched our website. So we're selling cookies year round on our website. We've got gift boxes and clothing on there too. So that's definitely, I feel like after adding the Mackinac Island location, it's just a learning. We were like, we learned for the first year. And now we're like,
Yes.
we're learning because we launched the website. So every time we add something, it's a whole new ball game.
Well, I had gone to get on your website to look at some stuff, and I think, did you guys sell out of your cookies like immediately or something?
We had to turn ordering off.
Oh, that's what it was because I was like,
Yeah.
I was trying to look at the cookies to be ready to prepare for this, and I thought, I wonder if they got slammed.
Speaking of learning, yeah, we
Yeah.
came off of Valentine's Day and we were like, okay, we'll launch the website, and then we did, and we were expecting after the holiday it would, and it didn't slow, so
Mm-mm.
we had to turn it off for a few days. It's back on now.
Okay.
We have a couple of new members of the team who are helping us
Oh,
pick up on
wonderful.
orders, which is so exciting.
Yeah.
And so that's been great. But yeah, we were like, whoa, but it's a great problem to have.
It's interesting because selling baked goods is such a different business to be in for so many reasons.
You can't put them on a shelf
Mm,
and, grab them as you need them. We bake them the same day we ship them.
mhm.
And, we always recommend expedited shipping, which is a higher cost, but it's a baked good. I mean, this is
Yeah,
a ring of fresh. We do not use preservatives. We don't use anything other than real ingredients in our cookies. And
yeah,
so yeah, it's not like shipping a sweatshirt. It's
no,
it's just it's a very different ballgame, but we love it. I mean, it's been
yes.
so fun. My mom is so funny. These are all her recipes, and this was her brainchild. And she's like, do you think that maybe after I retire, I could still make dough? Like, do you think you'll
Oh
still
my
want me to be? And we're
gosh.
like, yeah, I think we can find a spot for you, Shelly. Like,
Don't
don't
worry.
worry. I think we'll
We're
keep
not
you on.
we're not keeping you out to pasture or anything.
And she's like, do you think you'll still want me? And I'm like, yeah, I do.
If
Yeah.
anything, we're gonna need you more.
Yeah. Please don't retire
Oh
from
my
this
gosh.
job.
Please
Yeah.
do not do that. I know. I
Because
love that.
she still works at the marina. She's still, they own and operate that too. So she's split between, but I'm like, come to the cookie side permanently.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yes.
we'll be keeping
I
her on.
know.
Yeah.
That would be so nice to have that for her to be there with you guys
Oh my
all the
gosh.
time.
Yeah.
You know? So does she have any new ones coming out this year?
The Mackinac Monster will be new in the store. We didn't
Okay.
have that last year. And the triple chocolate chunk is going to be new in the store. And I'm trying to think of, oh, we have a coffee toffee. So
Oh,
when we were and that is a gluten-free cookie and it tastes like coffee toffee ice cream, truly. This is my
yum.
sister's
Okay.
creation, though. My sister is also I mean, she's just like she's into sourdough. She's the whole bit.
Yes.
But she created this cookie because my mom is very particular about the chunks of toffee, her homemade English toffee that she puts into the bag. She wants them to be big, and she doesn't want to give anybody any small pieces. And so I looked at the count and I'm like, what are these bags of toffee? Why aren't we using these? And she's like, they're not big enough. And my sister's like, oh my God. So she created this cookie to use our homemade chunks of English toffee. And it is
Shut
like,
up. That's
yeah, we use
fabulous.
our coffee in it and our English toffee. It truly tastes like coffee toffee ice cream, which is one of my favorites. And it's gluten free. It's so good. I brought some over here for one of my girlfriends who's also gluten free. And she and her mom were like, what is this? It is delicious.
I have
It's
to say, I don't think I've ever had coffee toffee.
it's amazing. You'll have
I'm
to,
gonna have to look.
yeah,
It
it's
sounds amazing. It sounds like
it's
something my
crazy.
husband would be all over. He would be all over that. I
It's
mean,
delicious. And it's
honestly,
not,
so many of your cookies just sound phenomenal.
thank you. They
Yeah.
are. Um, but our toffee is very, I think toffee sometimes gets a bad rap, and ours is
Yes.
very good. It's not chewy or hard. It melts in your mouth. And so I think that it creates a really nice texture in the cookie too.
Yes. I think any toffee that you get up there on the island is such good toffee because everybody knows how to make it right.
Mhm.
And so when you have an experience of good toffee and then you have bad toffee, you're like, mm-mm,
I
I'm
know.
not.
I think some people have only had bad toffee. And I'm
I
like,
think that's
right.
true. And that's why they don't like it.
I have people who don't eat toffee that I've forced bags upon them and they finish it, within 5 minutes again. They're like,
Yes.
what is in this? It's so good.
Yes.
So our
My mom
toffee is
was
the sleeper.
Yes, my mom was always very picky about her caramel corn. She didn't know which kind
Mhm.
she liked. We were up there one time and I said, Mom, you've got to try it. And she's like, I've never liked, and now I have to always bring her back a bag
Yep.
of that because she loves it. And it's so good up there, everything that is made there. Do you think you'll ever partner with like a fudge store there and do any of their fudge in with anything, or do you like to keep yours separate?
Um, you know, I mean, we have our favorite fudge
Of
companies
course.
and
Of
we are
course.
all I feel like we all frequent each other's businesses. I have a lot of people who come in who have fudge companies to get cookies, and it's so nice to be, we're all very supportive. I don't think we have any plans to partner with them right now. And
Right.
I think it's kind of nice to have just like separation of it and have,
Understand
keep
100%.
their own unique things. And it's been great to add cookies to the island too, because
Yes.
it's something that,
Oh my gosh, yes. I have
yeah,
said
that
that for
didn't exist.
years. I told Neil, I said, what do you think about us selling everything and going up and opening a bakery on Mac and all? Because I'm
You're
like,
not the first person to ask me that.
no.
You're not the first. And we've thought about doing a partnership with fudge or adding fudge to our cookies, and we just haven't thought of a way that seems like us yet. Will it happen? I don't know. But we want to just
Yeah.
stay true to the stuff that is our original recipes and see where that goes.
Well, it's a simple saying of if it's not broke, don't fix it. It works
Yeah.
fabulous for you guys. You guys, your mom has obviously nailed these recipes. Well, your whole family has, and I love that there's such a history. I didn't realize there was such a history with these cookies.
Well, my brother lives in the UK and he is not he's the baby of the family and he's not
Uh-huh.
necessarily like Mr. Recipe Experimentation, but he's gonna kill me for saying this. He's got a new girlfriend.
Okay.
And for Valentine's Day, he couldn't figure out what to get her. And my sister said, well, make the cookies. And so he tried to make a batch and he did it went south. So my sister actually ended up staying on the phone with him for like 2 hours while he baked these cookies for her and walking him through the recipes.
Oh my
Apparently, they
gosh.
turned out fabulously and she loved them. So that's just
Is he going to try to
it's
go on the
fun.
Great British Bake Off now?
I don't think he's in
No,
any danger of being
he's not going to be going in that direction.
This might be an annual baking of the cookies.
That's
And
so
that'll be
sweet
that
though that
us.
he
But
did
isn't
that.
it cute?
It's
Yeah.
so cute.
He had to go back to the store for ingredients, I think, after he ruined the first batch. But he got there. He got there.
I mean, yeah, because baking, it can be so tricky with how just the little temperature and everything like that.
Oh
Was it
yeah.
was it difficult moving into the store and getting all of that balanced out? Did it take a few tries getting that, all those kinks worked out for you guys when you first went in?
Do you mean for like the making of the dough and stuff?
Yes, and making
So
of the dough and baking
our
it.
production, we make the buttercream in on Macinac. Our space is really tiny.
Yes.
We don't have room. We really don't even have room for the KitchenAid at all. We have
Oh,
a tiny Hobart mixer that we make the buttercream in, and then our cookies, even in Hessel, we put them through a die cutter so they cut it into pucks, and then we bake everything from frozen. So our
wow.
dough comes over from Hessel just because we were looking at the space in there. Hopefully someday we'll have a place big enough to mix the dough on island, but for now I wouldn't even be able to open the door if I tried to have all
No,
the stuff in there.
no. Oh
It
my
takes
gosh.
so
I know,
much square
because this
footage.
is where my mind is going, like thinking about it, just because what little baking I do, I can't imagine what you guys would
Oh.
have to have for your space.
We've got two so our kitchen and our retail space are separate. They're in the
Oh,
same building, but they're not connected. And so my kitchen I've got two freezers, our oven, a refrigerator, and a 3-drop sink, and then some cooling racks. And that is all there's room for in that.
wow. You guys are in a tiny space.
It's tiny. And then our retail space, there was 10 years ago, there was a small bakery in there and he had his oven in there. It gets quite warm in there. I
Oh my
can't
gosh,
imagine having
yes.
an oven in that space and like making it stays pretty warm in there with our coffee machine and the little ice maker and the refrigerator that we have. So it's nice to have them separate and we're very fortunate to have the two small spaces that we do. But yeah, all the dough is in Hessel for now. And they send it across or bring it across as they come over. So
Oh, that's really interesting to hear how that whole process goes with that, because I didn't even know that you had to do
process.
it that way. Yeah, that would be but once you got it going, was it a pretty smooth system? Like once you figured it out, maybe a little bit, has it
Yeah,
been?
we were able to sort of get our bearings last spring.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird weather. And so the day trippers didn't start until a little bit later in the season. But
Okay.
we got really good coffee and espresso drinks and
Yes.
our cookies, they're just, we just really, okay, here's my inspiration for the store.
Yes.
A shop around the corner from You Can't Mail.
Yes.
That's my favorite. It's my daughter's favorite movie. She's
Oh my
three
God,
and
I
a
love
half,
that shop. I
three
love,
and a
love,
half.
love that movie.
So
Mhm.
we've always loved that movie, but we just really wanted to be very genuine and a part of the community. And so that has been our goal this whole
Mhm.
time. It's worked out. We have a lot of regulars, a lot of local regulars, people who order, cinnamon rolls. I don't know if we're going to do those this year, but they'll order cinnamon rolls out or cookies for birthdays, and it's been very meaningful and very fun.
Oh, I love that. That's really sweet. So, when do you guys fully open and then what are your hours?
We are hoping to be open by May 1st. That's
Okay.
the officially opening date of the island. I'm looking at all the snow in my backyard right now. It
Yeah.
does what it does. So the ice is going to go when it's going to go, but hopefully May 1 along with everyone else. And then 7 days a week will be open 8 to 6.
Okay. All right. Do you guys have the ice bridge right now?
I have not, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's pretty melty.
I haven't I
I'm
haven't
not
seen
sure.
anyone post about it, and I didn't know if it was, or if it was very like just a day or two, like very minimal, if there was any
People
of it.
don't talk about it because there are so many people who don't bother to look up any
Yeah.
information or anything.
Yeah.
And so I grew up where I grew up in Hessel. We used to snowmobile across the ice to go
Oh my
to
gosh.
school.
Yeah.
So we would go down into the harbor, across Hessel Bay, through Marquette Island, down Snows Channel, down Cedarville Bay, up the public marina, and then to school. And that's how we went to school. It's how I would go cheerlead at basketball games. And the ice is just it's the ice. It's
Yeah.
still the water. It's still the Straits of Mackinac. And so people think that they can leave from Mackinac City. It's never from Mackinac City. There's
Yeah.
just so much wrong information
Yeah.
out there that
Yeah.
everybody sort of tries to, they don't talk about it or endorse it. There's no regulatory body for it. Nobody makes
No.
sure it's safe. And it's never safe.
No.
Basically, is
Well,
the rule. It's like Fight Club. The first rule of
yeah.
Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. So we
Yeah.
just don't. Nobody really talks about it.
No, and I don't blame him. I did an episode last week just talking about the snowmobiles on the island, and just about the meals on snowmobiles,
Yeah, I
and
volunteer for that.
yes, I saw that you
Yeah,
had done that. That's so cool that you
it's
guys do
us.
that. So
It's so fun.
wonderful. And I mentioned it, but I mentioned the article I was reading was from the blog on the tourism site, and it talked briefly, but it said we do not encourage it. And I even said I know nothing about it. I just have seen it, but I don't know why. I don't care if that lake was frozen all the way to the bottom. I would not do it. I just don't.
I've been out on that water in a boat, and it's in really bad with a semi truck that tipped over about on the bridge. This was 11 or 12 years ago.
Uh-huh.
We just had suddenly 60-mile-an-hour winds in the Straits, like in July. I was on the Straits in a boat at that time, and weather can kick up
It
so
can.
fast. You
It
just don't
really
know.
can.
And that is
No.
true of the winter. That's true of the summer. It's true
Yes.
anytime on the Great Lakes. It's just not safe. The minute you
Yes.
start thinking it's safe is the minute you're in trouble.
100%. Yes, I know. Has ice been an issue on the trees or anything up there this year for you guys?
Not this year, no.
Okay, good.
And we didn't, this end of this month last year is when we had the ice storm. I'm hoping to never experience that again because
Oh my God, it was horrible.
insane. But no, we haven't. We've had some cold snaps that have happened suddenly and exploding trees, which is really
Yeah.
just moisture in the tree, um, making sounds.
Yeah.
But no bad ice this year.
Good, good. I saw the
Hopefully that's
damage was
true through the end.
yes. Oh, I hope so. So now people you were mentioning you've got a website. Can they buy cookies online all the time now?
All the time.
All the
Yep.
time. And
And we're
every
going to do a
cookie.
special gift box for Easter. We'll do themed gift boxes. We do corporate orders for
Oh,
holidays or any gifting, weddings and things like that too. We're working on getting that page up, but we do weddings, corporate. You can order cookies. We've got clothing up there. We have more clothing that's just arrived for the spring. So
oh
my sister's
wow.
opening boxes and putting it on our website too. So you'll be able to get all the stuff that's in our store year round, which is going to be great.
That's wonderful. That's so
Yeah.
great for you guys to have that represented that way. And then it gets your cookie out there all over the place.
I can't. I'm getting pictures of our cookies that are poolside in Southern California. It's crazy.
Isn't that
Yeah,
amazing? But
it's
people
not.
come from all over to come there, and it's like once they find something that they love on the island, they're so happy to share about it.
Well, and that's Mackinac. Is such a special place. Hopefully, people feel the same way about our cookies. So far, so good.
Yes, they
So
do. I can honestly say that. So the other thing is you've developed quite a following on social media, sharing your life on the island. So I hope you don't mind me asking this. Do you live there year round?
I do. Yep, we
Yes.
live here year round.
Okay. A lot of people love to hear all the information about people that live there year round. How has it been navigating in the winter with the business?
So our water system isn't winterized yet, and that's
Okay.
something I'm hoping to do um, this upcoming season. So that the plumbers, and that's true for a lot of businesses on the island. Like most of Main Street is closed because it's just
Yeah.
the infrastructure of the buildings is so old. It
Yeah.
becomes hard when we get extended periods of cold to
Yeah.
do anything. It's just was not meant for usage in these months. So hopefully we can get our water system winterized in a way that I'll be able to stay open longer
Oh,
into
nice.
the Christmas bazaar at least, and hopefully New Year's. And then I would like to close for a shorter period of time next
Hmm.
year because, to be honest, I would love a latte in January
Yes.
myself. And
Yes.
I would love something to go do just a couple days a week. That's why I started doing our social media, knowing that we were gonna want and need content through the winter months, and just to give myself a little structure. And I'm not doing anything I think that no one else is doing in their
No.
hometowns. I'm just getting the mail or I'm just going
Yes.
grocery shopping. But it's so unique.
Yes.
It's funny to see. I had somebody on TikTok from Central America be like, "What is this snowmobile trailer? How do you get? Can you do a tutorial? What do you mean you snowmobile in the
Yes.
winter and you don't have a car?" So it's been really fun and funny to share and see people's reactions because there's just such beauty in the mundane over here. So it's been very fun.
I can't, I think it would be so neat to see the island going on a snowmobile just because you get to see it in
I
such a different way.
love it. And like I said, I've been snowmobiling for my whole life, but I love snowmobiling. And so
Yeah.
sometimes, if it's just been a long day or if my husband he works a lot and goes into the office, but if he's here, I'm like, I'm going for a snowmobile ride because
Yeah.
when you get to go around the island just on your snowmobile and enjoy the beauty, and it is
Oh, yeah.
quiet and pristine. We don't have slushy now, but we don't have, salt or sand really.
Oh,
They do.
yeah.
And so when you're riding down the road, it is just like it's white all around. It's not slushy, icky city snow on the ground white. It's just beautiful.
I never even thought about that. That's so unique to be able to experience something like that. And
It's
then to go
gorgeous.
up on the inner part of the island with it
Oh, yeah.
too. Is there restrictions on certain roads with snowmobiles?
Yeah, so you can't snowmobile out to Arch Rock.
Okay.
And most of the restrictions are either because they don't have safety fences up, for example, or because we have so much cross country skiing trails, so many, I should
Oh,
say,
yeah.
so many cross country ski trails on the island, and they keep those well groomed and maintained. And so you can't snowmobile down those, obviously, but we have
Right.
a lot of cross country skiers on the
Oh
island.
my
So
gosh.
a lot of the trails and roads are used for that, and they're blocked off for that.
Yeah, that would be a major workout. That is for sure.
Yeah, I just went
Um,
the other day and
oh my gosh. I remember having remember those Nordic track workout things? We had one of
yes,
those. And that
It
was
was
a hard
it was
workout.
so fun. It was beautiful out,
Oh,
and
I
it was
bet.
I will say it was cold, but by the time I got done, I was like, I'm taking this jacket off, and I think it was 3 degrees.
Are you guys supposed to get any snow again anytime soon?
We're supposed to get rain. I'm just looking at my door. We're supposed to get rain tonight and tomorrow, but I think it's followed by cold. I don't know about any
Okay.
more snow, but we'll probably have some ice after
Okay.
rain and it freezes again
Okay.
underground. But it's spring is not my favorite, but
Yeah.
here we go.
I know. I know. It's the one year we were going to go up there. It was my mom and I was taking my niece and my nephew, and it had been really cold. It had been a really cold winter, and we didn't even know because I said to my mom, I'm like, Mom, I don't even know if the ferries are going to be able to run, but they
Yeah,
took the icebreaker out and got it up because
which
it
is
was just a cold winter.
we're so lucky to have the Coast Guard. But my husband, he was the director of human resources at Grand Hotel for 7 years, and
Uh-huh.
he remembers years when staff would start arriving and they would get here like in t-shirts and blazers, and no one had the proper winter attire. And then I think that same year the boat started running the day before opening day.
Oh my gosh.
It was just not, that can't can't take a blowtorch around the whole
No.
island and balance
No,
it
you
all. It just
can't. You
is what it
can't.
is.
It's
Yeah.
it's just part of it,
Yep.
So sometimes you just never know what you're
And
gonna
we're
get. Because
pretty far up here. I mean, this is pretty far north.
yes. Well, when we went last year, I think it was the second weekend in May, and the midges, the little stupid annoying bugs were already out.
Ugh,
Those are off. Your
they're
face
so
says it
bad.
all. We were like
Oh,
attacked at the ferry dock, and I thought, Oh my gosh, I can't believe they're out this early. But
I
you never know when
almost
they're gonna
The
come.
mayflies are almost better because at least they're bigger and they stick on
Yeah.
buildings and stuff, but the midges are just ugh.
Ugh. I
Yeah.
hate
And we
those
don't
things.
have we know we don't have a ton of bugs on the island. Yeah,
No.
those are disgusting.
They are, and it's like it's just a gamble. It's just, but you know what? I now know what a windshield feels like because when you're
Yeah.
riding and they're hitting your face like
Ugh,
that,
it's so bad. Yeah.
yeah. So now you have kids
I
and you
do.
have kids on the island. And how old are they and do they love the island?
Oh, I told Hazel the other day that kids who don't live on the island go to school in cars, not in snowmobiles, and her mind was just blown.
Oh
Our
yeah.
daughter's 3.5, she'll be 4 pretty soon, and our son just turned 2 in December. So
Okay.
Hazel's in preschool, and our son's not quite there yet, but Ben's
Okay.
lived on the island since he was 2 months old. So he doesn't know anything else. Hazel has some memories of before we moved back, but they love it. I mean, it's just my mom looked at them last summer. So my niece and my daughter are 3 months apart, and I have this big wagon that I haul behind my bike with, and they're usually in it. So they're eating a
Yeah.
cookie or a donut from Surrey Hill or whatever it is, or we're going to go get pizza at Stonecliff. And that's just how I tow those munchkins around all summer. And they just get to ride around, bop around together. And my mom looked at them and she's like, okay, I don't think any other children in America are doing this right now.
Oh,
It's just the most fun way of life. I can hear my niece back there when we pass, what's your horse's name? What's your puppy's name? Calling to people. It's just magical. I
it
mean,
is.
and I hope that they appreciate it. They're kids, they might not, but the
I
school
know.
looks out over the bridge and over the straits, and that's
Yes.
just the casual view that they get from the playground. But I can't think of a better place to raise kids. That's really why we moved back
I don't
after
blame
we had
you.
our kids, is because we were like, yes, this is where we want to raise them.
I think that is so awesome. Being in Mackinac, I always say it's disconnecting while reconnecting because I find myself I don't want to turn on the TV. It reminds me of when I grew up. It reminds me of growing up in the 80s because you're riding your
Mhm.
bikes, you're experimenting, you're exploring outside. And if you're taking pictures, but you're more about being outside and embracing it all. And so I love that your kids get to experience that.
Somebody said, or I read somewhere once, live a life you don't need a vacation from.
Yeah.
And this has always felt like a vacation, even living here.
Yeah.
It's like any other place. There are some things that you're like, oh, but I don't need to go on vacation because I'm on vacation. Like
Yeah.
we love it here. And this is our happy place.
Yeah. I bet. It's just wonderful. So what do you like to share most with the followers that you have on social media?
Just daily, I'm trying to keep it authentic in a way. I'm not here to necessarily represent anything other than obviously my cookie company
Right.
and but the island as a whole.
Yes.
I you know People are like, oh, go into Grand Hotel and show me around Grand Hotel. Well, I don't really have any reason to go into Grand Hotel right now,
Exactly.
and it's not open. And
Right.
so that's probably not something I'm going to do, but I will take you to dinner with me at one of the Grand Hotel outlets
Yes.
this summer. So it's just more, it's more so my life and our everyday life and what it's like to live here on the island and what my kids get to experience and what I love to do, more so than it is representing anything in any one thing in particular. Obviously,
Right.
it's in the cookies, but I just think life here is so cool and so fun. It's just fun to share going to the grocery store or
Yes.
going to the Mustang for a burger. That's just it. It's just fun. So the whole picture is really more so the lifestyle of living on Mackinac than it is, you know, going and representing a different hotel or
Yes.
whatever people are interested in, or people wanted to know about the med center, and I'm like, well, thankfully everybody in my family is healthy, so we're not going to
Yes.
the med center right now. But if you ever
Yes.
have the misfortune of having to go, then I'll take you with. So
And
that's
well,
that's what I'm trying to do.
I think it's just and I think anybody else that's from the island that shares their info each and every one of you does something differently. And I love that because I like to tell people, for example, Alyssa Doe, I tell him follow her. She shares a lot of her hikes. And I think that's so
Yeah.
great to share with people. But I think people love seeing you as a mother, as a business owner, sharing that. The same with Nicole Dowd, how she shares all of the stuff that she does. Everybody shares so many wonderful things and it just gives you a taste of the island and it's just so captivating because we don't have anything like that anymore, you
You mean you
know?
don't have like horses pulling stuff, right?
Well,
One
I
place
do live
or
near the Amish, so I do
no.
have that. So we do have that. But no, it's not the same. There's not the same with that. And I
One
think
of my
that's what,
girlfriends came to school pickup yesterday and she brought her dog down the hill and
uh-huh.
he's an Australian Shepherd and he was running next to her snowmobile coming down and she just like, pulled into school pickup and Boomer went around and said hi to everybody. And it's so fun and so laid
Yes.
back. I just hopefully it encourages people to see the beauty in these small towns. Because I grew up
Yes.
in a small town in the UP, and when I was 17, I thought for sure I was going to go live in a big city and get out of the small town. And the older you get, the more you realize how special it is to know
Oh,
everyone's names at the grocery store. And
1000%.
yeah,
It's so wonderful. I wouldn't trade it for anything. And I think that's great that you can have that. Do you think you'll ever expand to 2 locations for your cookie storefront?
I don't know. Never say
Uh-huh.
never.
Yeah.
Yes, we're loving where we are right now. We'll always have the store in Hessel. I think my parents will always have the marina, and I
Uh-huh.
hope to always have the store on Mackinac for a house to buy build over here right now. To make it, which is yeah, it makes me nauseous. But
Don't blame you.
where this is where we want to be, and the cookies are what I want to do forever. So hopefully I'm fortunate enough to do that, and hopefully we can have this forever. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's in the cards with how old my kids are right now to think about, like Traverse City or something. But
Yeah. Yeah.
Mackinac and Hessel for sure for the
Yes.
foreseeable future.
Yes. Well, and I didn't even know if you were going to have even a second location on the island too.
If it ever became available,
Yeah.
it's something we'd be interested in.
Like a
But
pop-up shop or something. Yeah.
storefront is it's a premium. So when it
Yes.
comes up, you got to jump on it and just be thankful for what you're able to do.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I bet. That's so true. And how did that like the storefront even because you met through Veronica, did she present it to you, come to you, or did you seek it out?
We were looking and talking about it, but again, even if you live here, if it's just, I was like, how would we do that? Where would we be? And I had some ideas of where we wanted to be. Um, but when Veronica, came in as CEO, I don't know that she was sure that Butterfly House was going to renew their lease. And her
Okay.
and my husband, it was sort of the perfect storm, happened to be talking. And Patrick's like, well, I have somebody for you to go in there.
Yeah.
And it's been great. And, Bob, who owns the Butterfly House, and Ruth, who runs it, they were so excited for us to go in there. And it's the business community on Mackinac is so fun to be a part of because everyone's
Yes.
super duper supportive of each other. So that was,
That's so true. It really is because anybody I've had on here, it's fun to see all the intertwining, and but everybody recommends like sometimes people be like, "Oh, you should talk to so and so and you should talk to so and so." And I appreciate that so much I think that speaks volumes about Mackinac and their community on the island.
oh yeah, we're all in it together. So
Yes. Yes. And that's exactly it because I think people think, well, if you stay at this hotel, like, isn't it? And I'm like, yes, you are staying at that hotel, but every hotel is for each other. They're gonna be. It's the same with the businesses. It's the same with the
yeah.
fudge companies. They're all at the end. You just want Mackinac to thrive, and
Oh
everybody have a good
yeah, for
experience.
sure. And any business that can bring more people to the island to come into our stores to experience it and to love it, I mean, that continues to give the island life and it benefits all of us. So
Absolutely.
there's even between the fudge companies, there's no competition, which
No,
is funny to say. And I think sometimes people come to the island and think, you know, that they're loyal, but really it's just very, very supportive.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
my favorite part, I think, of being a business owner on Mackinac is experiencing that because I would hate to go to a place where that wasn't true. And it's so fun.
that's a great point. That's really nice that you were able to have that for owning the business on the island and feel so welcome and embraced.
Yeah, it's been great. So
Yes.
thanks everybody if you're listening.
Yes. So, do you still sell out at the Inn at Stonecliff and any other hotels on the island, or do you mostly just do
We're
it all in
not
the
in the
storefront?
general store. We're talking
Okay.
about doing some different things for the general store for them. We do a special 2-pack smaller version of our cookies in the room as a guest amenity.
Nice.
And so they do offer cookies in that way. But as of right now, our store is the only one that sells the cookies,
Okay.
sells
Okay.
them. You'll still get them for an amenity at Stone Cliff,
Oh,
but
100%. Okay, that makes
we are
sense.
talking to them about doing something for the general store. But
Okay. Yeah, that general store is so stinking cute.
thank you.
It's adorable.
We go there and get ice cream all the time after we
I
get pizza
don't
with the
blame you.
kids because it's just,
You,
it's so
yeah.
it's
Do you
delicious.
remember the little peoples? You remember little peoples and the little houses that they had, and they would have different stuff. It was like a little toy. They were plastic. This was very 70s, 80s, but you're a little bit younger, but it reminds me of little peoples. Like it would be something that you would
The
see like
little,
a cute little general store. It's just adorable. I loved it when we got to go there.
it's
And
so
at night
cute
I'm
in
like,
here.
let's go to the general store. We didn't need anything. I just wanted to go to the
I
general
know.
store.
I do that same thing with Dowd's though. I'm like, I'm going to the grocery. And
Yes.
Patrick's like, for what? I'm like, I don't know. I just want to
It's
go to
it's
Dowd's.
just fun.
It's
Yes.
my uncle Mike's favorite grocery store. He comes up and he just that's his destination on
Oh
Mac.
yeah.
It's not anything else. He's like coming to Mackinac to go to Dowd's. It's his grand
Yes.
hotel. It's Dowd's grocery.
I used to ask my niece and nephew when we would go up there, where would you work after each trip? Where would they work? And my niece said the one time she would probably work in the fort. And my nephew said he would either drive one of the horses or he would work in the grocery store. And I'm
Oh,
like,
fun.
I think it would be fun to work in the grocery store there. It's just
Oh yeah.
it's very old
Andrew and
fashioned.
Nicole are very fun bosses.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
they're so nice. I know. I can't say enough about Nicole. She has been wonderful. So, what is in store for you and your family with this upcoming season?
I think busyness is,
Yes, I
yeah.
bet.
Um, just enjoying it. I mean, so, it's easy to get overwhelmed with how busy the season gets and, the how short it is and how much, how much time you have to spend in the store, but it's also my favorite time of year.
Yeah,
So trying not to let that, the business aspect take over and the stress. It's just fun to get to go to all of our favorite spots when they open back up and experience it with our kids and do that too. So
yeah.
trying
I
to
bet.
find the balance is it's you gotta work at it every season, but yeah, just enjoying the time. I mean, it's again, I genuinely, it's my dream business, and we live in my dream place, and I have my dream family. So
Yes.
just enjoying the ride.
Yes, that makes sense. I know. And you said you and your sister, are you the ones that run it there on the island?
Yes,
Okay.
it's us. Either one of us is in the store all the time.
Okay.
So baking and we're gonna have some people come back, which I'm so excited about.
Oh, good. So you've
Yeah,
had some employees there as well too.
we do. Yeah, it's a little bit of a challenge because we don't, housing. Speaking of
Yeah.
premiums, housing is a premium. We don't offer housing. So
Yeah.
this is for people who aren't residents, this would be more of a second job, but we've got a couple of local girls who are coming back
Oh,
and
good.
they love to bake, which is so fun.
Oh, I
It's
love
been
that.
so fun. So to teach them, how long to bake cookies, because they bake differently in different humidities at different times of the year for different lengths of time. So being
Yes.
able to determine when the cookies are baked through and how they should look, and then unleashing them so that they can enjoy it too.
That is so cool. I had briefly lived in the Virgin Islands, and when
Oh,
I
fun.
did, I worked at a cookie place down there.
Oh, how
And
nice.
yeah, it was really cool. It was really neat to see that. Now, she did not allow me to bake any of the stuff, but they were really good cookies. No,
We,
she,
I'm, well, I'm kind of a control freak, so I'm learning because
yes,
I think baking is something that's such a good skill to have too. And so I want everybody who wants to come work here and wants to bake to have an opportunity to do so.
yes, I know. Have you ever thought of doing classes for anything like that?
Not yet, no.
No. Here I am. I'm like, here, do this. Like you don't have enough going on. You're like, I
Maybe
don't have time
maybe someday, but
for
not as of right now. No.
yeah, you've kind of got a lot on your plate right now. So, on a different note, what is your favorite time of year on the island?
September. I love the
Oh,
fall.
yes, I do
I
too.
went to Michigan State. I'm a big football fan and I love Halloween. And it was so funny. I saw a picture of like a fall, I don't know if it was a fall video or picture I took. And all of a sudden I was like, oh, okay, I
Oh,
get to fall again. Like, wait, don't
yes,
wish away the season. Don't wish it away
yes,
yet. But I think all the seasons are magical if you love Christmas. This is like a Charles Dickens Christmas town.
yes.
But if you love Halloween, and I've never been to Salem, but I just think this is equally magical. We've got,
Yes.
it's the Victorian era, and it's sort of dark and moody, and with the trees changing. And beginning of September, we have still really beautiful weather too. I mean, it's basically summer weather.
Mhm.
But I love the fall. I love me
Oh, yeah.
September.
We always would come for the Lilac Festival. That's
Mhm.
when we would come. Love it. Love the lilacs. Love everything about it. And then we started coming in the fall. My girlfriends and I started doing that. And fall is my favorite time of year. I love fall so
Mhm.
much. And like that's another reason I love You've Got Mail because I love it at the beginning when they go to those
Yes.
little fall festivals. It's so
Hmm.
cute. And I think fall has replaced it is my number one time to go. We're coming up Halloween weekend this year and
Have you been for Halloween weekend?
oh yes.
Okay,
I'm
just
I'm
checking.
already I'm already on the costume. Like, so it's
Love
us
it.
and another one. It's my best friend and her husband. So there's four of us. And I've been writing down costume ideas because I have never seen. I thought I went out with costumes. Oh my gosh, no, no, people,
Oh, they get
unbelievable.
so into it. It's
So into
so,
it.
but I love Halloween. So this is,
Yes.
I mean, it is my second favorite holiday. I love it. So to see everybody go all out, and it's a dream because what if
Uh-huh.
you love Halloween, nothing ruins Halloween for you, like going to, a half participated costume party where everybody just kind of phoned it in. So,
Yes.
I mean, it feels like Halloween town here.
Yes,
People
it
have,
does. It
yes,
totally does
they
with
are
the
just
kids trick
dressed
or
to the nines.
treating
Hmm.
and then just the whole vibe of everything going on. It is such a magical time to come.
I
I'm
love it.
so
So
excited to be back up there again for
I
that
would agree
time.
with that. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be July weather.
No.
You can get some rain, but if you love fall, this is the place to be in the fall.
Honestly, we've been there when it's been beautiful, when it's been rainy, and I didn't care either way. I thought it
No,
was so fun. You can enjoy it any way that you want to,
I
and
agree.
it's so fun and it's just beautiful.
I personally love biking through the trees
Yes.
around the island in my full rain suit. I don't care if my face is getting wet in
Yes.
the rain because it's
Yes.
just like it's so gorgeous. So I
Hmm.
agree. Fall.
Yeah, it's
Fall,
beautiful.
final answer.
Yeah. Okay, good job. Yes. If you could share one thing for people to do on the island they might not think of, what would it be and why?
I feel like this is such a hard one. I
Yeah.
would say, so I love the fort. I think the history of the fort is so cool. So if
Mhm.
you haven't been there, go do that. Obviously come to the cookie store,
Of
but then
course.
go to Market Street. It's funny. Sometimes I feel like people don't leave Main Street.
Yeah.
Go to Market Street, walk out of town, walk up the hill, go out to Stone Cliff just to see what it's like out here. There's so much that isn't sitting directly on Main Street that I feel like people miss when they come
Yes.
here. It's probably overwhelming if you're coming here for the first time and get off the boat and there are a lot of people and there's horses and it smells like fudge and cookies. But just get out of downtown, go down to Windermere Point, go out on the boardwalk, walk up the hill. There's so much to see that isn't directly downtown. So that would be my encouragement.
You know what? Your encouragement is probably one of the number one answers that everybody always gives is to explore away from
Yeah.
downtown because I don't think people understand. People seem to think that I have explored every inch of that island, and I have not. There are so many things I have not seen on that island, and I don't think people understand that because there's so much to see there.
There's
So
so
much.
much more.
Yes.
The
Yes.
cemeteries are very cool. We have some really,
Yes.
really old, if you're into cemeteries, we've got very, very old grave sites. There's just so much, even so much more in seeing nothing. Just
Mhm.
walking down where I will say my favorite piece of out of downtown is down British Landing Road. If you're headed toward like the Cannonball, just beyond Washkamo and the Mackinac Equestrian Center,
Yeah.
there is this little grove of trees
Yes.
and it's got ivy and stuff hanging. I mean, it looks like a scene out of Pride and Prejudice. And I
Uh,
just love to go look at it and sit on the bench right there. It's beautiful.
yes. Yes.
That that's one of my favorite. And it's just there's nothing there aside from trees, but it's gorgeous.
I love that. I know. We did Wawashkamo because my husband golfs, and it just blows my mind that that was a battlefield, and now it's a golf
You can
course.
tell though. I feel like when you
Yes.
look at it, you're like, for sure somebody. fought a battle in war out there. Like definitely
Yes,
that happened.
I know, I
Yeah.
know. Well, because he was asking about golfing when they go, and I wasn't sure if they would be open. And I was like, you could do that. I'm like, I don't think the Grand will be open, but I said I think it's so great that they have two golf courses on the island.
The jewel, the front and back, and then a wash house.
Yes, that's
Yep.
so
I've
crazy.
actually, when we lived here last and before Grand Hotel sold, we actually golfed mid-December in the front nine, and
You
there was
did?
ice and snow. Yeah,
Oh my
and we
gosh.
golfed, and it was freezing, but now I can say that I have. It was,
Yeah,
yeah, out of
that's so
season, but
incredible.
so
That's
fun.
really
We've got
cool.
great pictures from it.
Yes, and the back nine I feel is gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
It's it's because it's up there by Stonecliff. It's just a whole other feeling up there. It really is.
We
It's
had our rehearsal dinner at the Woods restaurant, so and that's
oh,
like
wonderful.
all of the staff. Those are we love everybody over there.
Oh, and Neil is just
Neil's the best, and he has
Neil's
the
the
best
best.
eyes. He's got the
Yep.
best. I'm like every time I see him, I'm like the best dressed man on Mackinac Island. And
Yes.
Hazel knows everybody by name. And
Yes.
it's that's our hometown restaurant over there and the backyard at Stonecliff. But
Yeah.
it's if you haven't been out here, come out here. And the back nine of the golf course is beautiful.
What do you like at the Woods? What do you like to eat there?
I liked this past season their duck a lot and their elk.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
thought was very good. But I'll always try the special. Hazel always gets the French fries. We take the
Oh,
girls over there a lot. It's their little fine dining experience, but
yes.
it's it's so
It's
fun.
so charming in there.
Oh, we love it.
It's so wonderful. I know. When we went there the one time, it was at the end of the season, and so we just got one of the appetizers, and I had never tried duck wings, and I
Okay.
tried them there, and they were really good. I never would have thought. I was like, okay, I guess we'll try it, but it
The
was fun to
ambiance
try
is
all
just so cool. Just the whole
yes.
Bavarian theme that they have going on in there is such a departure from what you experience in a lot of places, but definitely on Mackinac. So
Yeah,
we love
it
it.
doesn't feel like it should belong there. You feel like you're in another country.
And Leonard at the bartender is the best ever. He's just the sweetest. I can't wait for it to open so I can
Yes.
run down the road and go hang out in there.
Yeah, I don't.
Go
Well,
get
and I
some
love
french
the
fries.
bar at the inn at Stonecliff too. The little
Oh,
bar.
yeah, yes.
Oh,
So tiny and cute.
oh my gosh. Well, when I was preparing before for questions for the for your husband, and I sat in there and I just thought I could hang out here all the time, just sitting in here working on my computer.
I
I just
also
loved it.
love that they preserved the fireplaces and kept them as wood burning fireplaces, and they did
Yes.
inserts or closed them off and put like a vase of flowers in there. They preserved the integrity because I love a wood burning
Yes.
fireplace, and I just think
Yes.
so. It just the vibe was so good, so that they
Yes.
preserved those in that building is magical.
Oh, I love that place so much. So is there anything else you would like to share with the listeners?
I don't, if you're not following me on social media, follow along and see
Yes.
what daily life is like on Mackinac. But
Can
no,
you
come to
share with the
the
listeners what those are? So that
Ma-
way,
Yep, it's Mackinac Island Cookie Co. And that's on Facebook and on Instagram. And we're on TikTok, although I feel like maybe it's because I'm an elder millennial, but I do not understand TikTok. I just cannot figure that. I'm
I'm,
like, what is this? This was
yeah.
not, I have to turn the music down so I can see that's where I'm at. I'm trying, but I don't get
Yeah.
it. But yeah, follow along. It's just, and come see Mackinac. There's no more magical place. It is.
No, I will put all of those socials down in the show notes so that way they can link up and follow you and your website information so they can get on there and order their cookies
Yeah.
and get
We
those
have
ahead of time.
Have you seen the cookie bike logo that my sister did?
No,
Yes, it's a bicycle and the wheels are cookies, chocolate
that
chip
is such
cookies.
a great idea.
It is
Oh my God, I
so
love
cute. We're gonna have
that.
a sweatshirt soon. We've got a tote bag. We're gonna have dish towels and mugs. The
Oh,
cutest.
I'm gonna stock up. I have to show you because I'm sitting here at my desk and I have to show you one of my ornaments that I keep all the
Oh my
time.
gosh.
My friend got it for me because I love to bake. And so it's for the listener that doesn't know, it's a glass ornament of a
Kitchening.
mixer. hmm
So cute. I
Yes,
love
I
that. That's
know.
a good
So
one. I give everyone an ornament for Christmas. So that's gonna be one year
that's
they got a stick of butter, everybody got cookies.
yes. I don't know where I mean, I love glass ornaments. So yeah,
I do
but I
too.
love that you have all of that because especially if you've got towels and stuff, I'm gonna be stocking up on all of
Oh,
that.
The cookie bike is so good. I don't know where my sister, her and I use different sides of our brains. That is not, and sometimes we look at each other like, what?
Yeah.
But she just wakes up and whips out these. She designed our logo.
Wow.
Yeah, she's a magician.
Yeah, she really is because
She's really the talented. I'm just the talker. She's the talented one.
you guys work very well together, so then it makes it go even better.
We
That,
complement each other.
yes,
Yeah.
and that's why it works. Well, I can't thank you enough, Kate, for coming on here and sharing all of this. You guys are doing wonderful. Love seeing a new business on there. The cookies are fantastic. So for the listener, if you've not had the opportunity, order now, or when you go, be sure to stop in and visit the store.
Well, thank you very much. It's so
Yeah.
fun.
Yes, thank you.
Once again, I would love to thank Kate for taking time out to come on the show and talk all about the new company on their starting their second season, the Mackinac Island Cookie Company. So again, for the socials, you'll want to be on Facebook. You can look up Mackinac Island Cookie Company. And then on Instagram, it's Mackinac Island Cookie CO. So once you put in Mackinac Island Cookie, it's going to come up. And then the same for TikTok. And on there, she shares all these fantastic videos of her life on the island, along about the cookies, her cute little attachment that she has for her snowmobile for the kiddos to take for rides. It's very enjoyable and very peaceful to watch. So I highly encourage you to check it out. Thank you again, Kate, for coming on here. I look forward to getting a cookie when I go there, and I might have to go online and go ahead and order some. So be sure to check out their website as well, which is going to be MackinacIslandCookieCompany.com. And here they have on here, you can pre-order your and she was talking about the cookies and toffee, which I think I'm gonna have to get that for my husband. The Easter basket you can pre-order, and that's 2 large cookies with a chocolate Easter bunny in it, and that's $40. And so it's 1/2 pound of Mackinac Island chocolate fudge in our limited edition Easter bunny mold with the cutest Mackinac Island cookie ribbon around it, 2 birthday cookies. And you need to, the pre-ordered Easter boxes will ship 7 to 10 days prior. And then there's the classic gift, which has 2 1/2 pound of the English toffee and 2 Dutch chocolate chunk cookies, so you can get all of that. And then she has all of the information linking her to the her Instagram on the Mackinac Island Cookie Company.com website, and there you can get on there and get your treats now if you like. All right, well, that concludes this week's episode. I look forward to talking to you next time about our favorite place, Mackinac Island. Totally Mackinac Island is written, produced, and edited by me, Heather.